When I think of the word hood, I think of a person, a place, and perhaps even a thing. I'm Sir Creepsta, and welcome to Manor County Ghost Stories from the Hood Shorts. So, sit back, relax, grab your snacks, and be terrified by yet another ghost story from the hood. Blown away and unable to fully process the reason behind the string of events happening on what seemed like a daily basis, primarily in the children's bedroom closet, Rick called upon one of the local pastors in an elderly neighbor of his, trying to see if they could help him with his current situation. Not fully buying Rick's story, the pastor asked Rick if he owned a Bible. Upon hearing, "No, I don't," the pastor went back into his study and brought back a small handheld Bible, opened it up, and went to a certain scripture in the Bible that he told Rick to read while at the closet of his children's room. Once Rick returned home, he quickly went about following the pastor's instructions, which were for him to first turn out all the lights in the home, then for him to use either a flashlight or a lighter, walk down the hallway leading to his kid's room, and once at the door of the closet, he was instructed to open the book and read the passage. According to Rick, what happened next really made his heart stop beating. Rick went into his kid's room and slowly walked over to the closet, which was where most of the paranormal activity seemed to originate from. He then looked down at the Bible, proceeded to read from it the verses the pastor had instructed him to do so. Immediately after doing this, Rick felt a cold burst of air come from inside the closet, followed up by a violent push to his chest from an unseen entity, and then the door slammed back shut in his face. After taking a couple of minutes to gather himself, Rick walked back up to the closet door, took in a deep breath, opened it up, and proceeded to try again to read from the Bible, only to have the door swing open and the unseen force violently thrust him back from the closet even harder this time. So hard that it took the wind out of Rick's body, nearly dropping him to his knees. This was all that Rick could take as he turned and ran out of the room and down the hallway as fast as he could. Once he had reached the electrical panel in a utility closet, he hit the main breaker, turning on every light on in his house. The following night, Rick stated that he saw two disfigured entities coming down his hallway while he was on his way to the bathroom. They disappeared as soon as he turned on the light in the hallway. By now, Rick had had enough, prompting him to make a return visit to the church to confide with the pastor and to inform him that the instructions he had given him did not work. They only seemed to have made matters worse. At that moment, the pastor looked back at Rick with a surprised look on his face, one that indicated he didn't quite believe Rick's story at first, but after hearing this, the look on his face clearly indicated that now he did. And to make matters worse, the female friend of the pastor went about scolding Rick for digging into something that he had no business doing, especially when it involved something supernatural or demonic. At this point, Rick didn't know what to think, so he simply turned around, told the pastor and the female acquaintance thanks, and left the church, leaving him with more questions than answers of the goings-on at Williams Manor. A few years go by, but the events that took place at Rick's home never stopped. They only seemed to slow down after he had received some holy water and sage to sprinkle and place throughout his house from a relative of his who happened to be a minister. After doing this, the activity in his house slowly started to decline. But, unfortunately, according to Rick, it still continues to go on even to this very day at Williams Manor, picking and choosing where and when it wants to show its ugly face. That's all for now. Stay tuned for more stories to come. And as always, I'm Sir Creepsta, and until next time, stay terrified.